May it please the court. My name is Nur Shazwani Sahira binti Muhammad Wakil. I am the junior counsel in this case. I will continue our second submission. May I proceed, Your Honour? Thank you, Your Honour. Firstly, I believe there is no trust known as Taqwa Trust, which include the bank account, the share held by the second appellant, and the Cyberjaya property. The first appellant and her daughter, Sagia Ala Kimball, created two trust deeds. This document clearly stated that this asset is belong to the first appellant and her daughter. This asset later transferred to the trust for the benefit of the designated beneficiary, who is the first appellant and her daughter. Saiful Bahrin bin Muhammad Saleh was appointed as a trustee. I believe in this case, the beneficiary of this trust deed is the first appellant and her daughter. However, this trust deed is different from the Taqwa Trust mentioned by the respondent. The recital suggests the intention to create a trust. However, the lack of the term, subject matter, and the beneficiaries make it uncertain. This detail need to be fulfilled in order to create a formal trust. I refer to Hasbury Law of Malaysia, Volume 5, 2005, which can be referred in Bundle Authority, page 4. Trust can be created intentionally during a lifetime or through a will with a clear declaration of a trust. I also refer to Malaysian Law of Trust, Sue and Maxwell publication at pages 173 and 174, which stated that there are three certainties need to be fulfilled in order to create a valid trust. The first one is certainty of intention, certainty of subject matter, and the beneficiaries. I believe in this case, this trust is lack of the certainties. However, therefore, this trust is not a valid trust.
Okay, how can you say that there is no certainty of intention here, Counsel?
Because in this case, this Taqwa Trust, the term of this trust will be determined through the discussion between the respondent and other family members, and this asset and the beneficiary will be determined upon the trust creation. So in this case, the Taqwa Trust was not exist yet.
It has not existed yet.
Yes.
Okay, but it has been mentioned in the two initial trusts. Is that so?
No, because the trust itself is not exist yet. If the trust fulfill the certainties, then it can be considered as a trust.
Then where do we get the existence of Taqwa Trust here?
There is in my
Is it mentioned in the two initial trusts? Is it mentioned?
no.
Are you sure? How come the respondent is claiming that he has an interest in the trust if there's nothing on it at all?
This is mentioned, but I believe in submission, actually the trust is not exist yet, but it was mentioned in this
Yeah,
case.
how is it mentioned in the two initial trusts?
Because it was agreed between the appellant and her daughter to create this trust.
It was agreed between the appellant and her daughter.
I mean her husband.
And her husband.
Yes.
Which is the respondent.
Yes.
So respondent's name were mentioned in the two initial trusts, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And the fact that it is mentioned is for the creation of the Taqwa Trust. Okay. Is there anything that shows intention on the part of the respondent and also appellant with regard to the creation of the Taqwa Trust?
Yes, there is intention, because they agreed to create this trust, but
it has not been in existence yet, as you say.
yes, because there's lack of the term, the beneficiaries. In order to create a formal trust, these three certainties need to be fulfilled.
Okay, you are referring to the requirement, which requirement?
Which is in the law, the Malaysian Law of Trust, Sue and Maxwell publication.
Which requirement is that? There are three requirements, right?
The three certainties, which is the certainty of intention, certainty of the subject matter, and certainty of the beneficiaries.
Okay, are you referring to which certainty is that? Which certainty?
The first one, certainty of detention, is fulfilled because there is agreement between two parties, but there is a lack of certainty of subject matter and the certainty of beneficiaries.
Okay. Can you explain more on the certainty of lack of certainty of subject matter and also beneficiaries?
Yes, because in this trust, the term and the asset, the beneficiary will be determined after the discussion between the respondent and other family members, which not discussed yet, not exist.
Okay. But the respondent, sorry, the appellant, okay, did sign, okay, with regard did sign the two initial trust, correct? Okay, with regard to her commitment of bringing up or creating the taqwa trust. Okay. So don't you think there is enough reason on the respondent's part to bring his cause of action against the appellant?
I think, in my opinion, Your Honor, I believe that it's not enough because there must be a formal procedure, not only sign, which
Do you
is
have any case to support that?
yes. First, I will support with the case of in the decision of Doreen Grace, in the case of English Court of Appeal case, Doreen Grace Paul against Bridget Constant 1977, which can be referred in type B in the bundle of authority, page 46, paragraph 3, which stated that in this case there is no sign through the no sign of gift through transfer. The similar case stress that the clear declaration of intention the clear declaration of intention. Sorry, Your Honor.
Yes. Clear declaration of intention. How is it being illustrated? Is it in words? Is it in action?
Words, the agreement between the respondent and the appellant, the action, maybe through the documentation and signing and the approval from the.
So is it both requirement that there must be words and there must also be action, or it's an or? Either one.
Both.
Are you sure? Did you check the wording of the case itself? So if let's say
Or
there's already declaration of words, okay, in the two initial trusts, would that not be sufficient? Because the word is or. It's either one. There's nothing that says that you need to have both words and action.
it can be one of them, words of action, but if through words there's no proof and it make hard to claim.
What do you mean by no proof?
Because there is no formal documentation.
There's no formal documentation. What about the wording in the two initial trust itself?
I'm so sorry, Your Honor, I may not assist on that matter.
Okay, proceed with other submission perhaps.
Okay. So to conclude on this submission, the first submission, there is no trust known as a taqwa trust. Therefore, the respondent has no valid cause of action to bring this matter before the High Court. Your Honor, may I proceed to our sub-issue? So, our sub-issue, if this trust exists, whether the first appellant breached the trust. Your Honor, I believe there is no trust in this case. Therefore, this issue was no longer relevant.
Okay, but is there any breach of trust here?
I will explain in my next point.
Proceed.
Okay. I also believe that there is no breach of trust by the first appellant by removing her daughter, Sajid Ali Kimball, as suggested by respondent.
Require more time, please.
I need additional time.
Okay.
I have reviewed Saga and Wrecking Ball evidence and find it unreliable.
Why is that so?
She was not being truthful about her mother allegation. This is my next submission because this issue was no longer relevant. Okay. I find it doubtful that Saga Wrecking Ball has knowledge regarding her parent finance when she was a teenager at that time. And I find that her being abused by her mother and being abusive to her sibling are fabricated and untrue. I also find that she agreed to revoke the trust with her consent. This aligned with her affidavit dated 90 February 2020.
So you have already exceeded your time.
May I conclude my submission, Your Honour? For the above reason, I reject the responding claim against the first appellant on this issue. May I take it that in conclusion, there is no evidence that first appellant took any physical gold or fine from the second appellant account. Therefore, respondent claim against the first appellant just a mere speculation and lack of evidence.
Okay, do you have any queries for the court?
Yes. The appellant respectfully requests for the court to dismiss the High Court order dated 15 October 2020 to discharge Mareva injunction, to make an order to the respondent to bear the cost and other and further relief. Thank you, Your Honour.